What was Jesus' perspective of having to go and die on the cross? That might seem like a bit of a weird question, but we've been going through this series of perspectives on the cross, on Jesus' crucifixion. And it seems a bit odd to go through what everyone thought about it, apart from the one who actually hung from that cross and died. And I think sometimes we can have a bit of a two-dimensional perspective of historical figures when they go through these things. When it comes to religious figures particularly, I think people can make the mistake of removing aspects of their humanity and replacing them with spirituality, saying, well, it was a spiritual act, and because it was so spiritual, they set aside, human feelings. And actually that's not the case. You can't separate aspects of someone's humanity in any experience. You can't say this is a spiritual, this is an emotional, this is a physical. We as beings and human beings, every experience touches us on a profoundly physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual level. I don't believe you can separate those things. And because Jesus was human, he could also not separate himself from those things. So what was Jesus' perspective of the cross? Well, we could talk about this for a long time, but I want to go back to just before he was arrested. He's in a garden called Gethsemane with his disciples, and here's what it says about Jesus in that passage. Jesus went with his disciples to the olive grove called Gethsemane, and he said, "Sit here while I go over there to pray." And he took Peter and Zebedee's two sons, James and John, and he became anguished and distressed. He told them, "My soul is crushed with grief to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." And he went on a little farther and bowed with his face to the ground, praying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup of suffering be taken away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not mine." Then he returned to the disciples and found them asleep. And he said to Peter, "Couldn't you keep watch with me even 1 hour?" I think we see in this a depth of pain and anguish, of fear in Jesus, of a sense that he is being abandoned by his friends already. And knowing what he has to go through in these last moments, it's almost as though he's desperate for his human friends, the family he has on this earth, to just be with him and love him and share these moments with him, and they fail. And already Jesus feels this abandonment, this dread, this immense weight of the suffering that's going to be placed upon him. And a lot of us in that moment, if we had the opportunity, if we knew we could get out of it, we might. We might have taken the opportunity that the priests gave Jesus to say you're not the Son of God, and get out of it. He might have taken the opportunity offered by Pilate and Herod to defend himself, but he didn't. He could have done a miraculous work to strike down those coming to take him, but he didn't. Instead, as he tells his Father God how he's feeling, the depths of his suffering, he ends his prayer with the words, "Yet not my will, but yours be done." What was Jesus' perspective of the cross? It was something he never, ever wanted to have to do. And yet he knew that he must, because it was the will of God. It was what had to happen. And it's an immense challenge for us. If we call ourselves followers of Jesus and we see hard things ahead, can we say, I'm pretty crushed by this. I don't want to do it. I know the pain that's going to come my way, or the pain that it's going to cause others to have to make this decision, even though it's right. Yet not my will, but yours be done. I pray that you have an amazing day today. And I invite you to join with myself, others from Bentley Baptist Church, this Friday at 10:30 for our Good Friday service. And on Easter Sunday, when we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. See you soon.